Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast and mine, Stop the Internet Podcast. My name is Kelee. This is an episode with Rebecca, but I am filming an intro just to give you guys a little life update. This episode is a little bit of an experiment, but I beg you to stay because I think it's fun. Rebecca and I had this idea for years. We probably thought of this 2 years ago, but we never actually did it. We had an idea to start the podcast inside in a typical recording area. You guys see us sometimes in front of the infamous green wall that we record in front of. So we had this idea to start inside, getting ready, and then take our recording and the listeners and viewers out into the wild and continue the podcast at a happy hour, a dinner, somewhere in the wild. Finally, I have figured out how to work these lav mics and how to use them the correct way. So we figured now's the time. We are experimenting with new types of content. And if you are a consistent listener, you know that I also have a YouTube channel. And just recently, we switched one of our episodes per month to a different format so that it would be a solo episode with me on my personal YouTube channel. Right now, we're just really inspired to basically experiment with different types of content. And as podcasts get more popular and YouTube gets more popular, I just realized how much I love long form content and I just want to try more than one kind. So that's kind of what this is. So basically, if you stay for the episode, which I really hope you do, it starts with us in a lounge bar and we are just kind of talking in the same way that we would at a happy hour where we weren't recording an episode. And then later we end up in a second location. I don't want to spoil it, but it was pretty cool. So long story short, this episode is basically hanging out with us at a happy hour while we're getting drinks and bopping around the city of Philadelphia. And it's just like hanging out with friends. So hopefully you're interested in staying, give it a chance. The amount of topics that we cover, it's so true to life. It's really like hanging out and yapping. I feel like that word is so annoying now. It's so overused, but this episode is the definition of yapping with your girlfriends. And if you are just a audio listener, that is okay. We do comment a little bit about the view or where we are, but it's nothing that you absolutely need to see. You'll still be able to follow the story and hear the stories that we tell and the interesting conversation that we have, even if you aren't watching the video. So don't fret, don't fear, audio listeners. We had so much fun filming this episode, so we're hoping that our audience likes it and you like this more casual, kind of just come with us into the wild, recording in the wild, hang out with us in a situation, a life situation that we would naturally do anyway. So I hope that you like it. I will stop yapping now. And without further ado, here's the episode. Oh my God, she looks so good.
Should we start?
Yes.
So now cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Should I say welcome to
Wait, we have to talk into the mic.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Okay.
Hey, you guys, and welcome to Stop the Internet Podcast, IRL, on the go, if you will. We are like being so crazy in a 5-star hotel doing this, all for you, our fans.
I'm here too. My name is Kelee. We are here in the Ritz-Carlton in Philadelphia, live in the wild. We are doing an experimental podcast today where we film in the wild. And some of our fans have been encouraging us to do a live podcast for a long time. And I'm terrified to do a live podcast, but this seems like a good bridge between a live podcast that's in the wild and a normal podcast. So we'll see how it goes. This is such a good angle.
Right.
We tilted a little bit. You guys, this is such an experiment that we're doing. We are at the Ritz. I already said that. We had one technical difficulty so far, and that is that I forgot a memory card for my camera. Womp womp. So now we're filming this on my phone, which is fine. Everyone loves to talk about it's not about the equipment that you have, it's about what you do with it. So here we are in the Ritz.
Wait, can I show you this lime?
Show it.
It's just a really well done lime.
Audio listeners, click onto our video because you need to see this thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, audio. Sorry, not
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
It's called the Seashore Spicy Marg with mezcal, and I love mezcal. One thing about me is I love mezcal.
I hate mezcal. I hate anything that's spicy or smoky. And I wish I didn't because mezcal is so cool. Like
Yeah.
everyone loves mezcal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll have the normal one with no spice.
It's a polarizing liqueur. I almost said liqueur, but that's a different thing entirely. Anyway, the Ritz is a vibe. I appreciate a tall ceiling. People don't talk about the ceiling to floor ratio enough and how it impacts your experience.
That's very true.
It's just a grand experience.
It's also really cool that everything is marble in here. Cheers.
I think it was an old bank, so it is giving old bank.
It's very cool. I have a few life updates.
Oh.
One,
Do I know these?
no, my dog is sick.
Oh, wait.
Blue. He has kennel cough. It's so sad.
Erin was texting in one of our group chats about she was taking him to the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually so sad. And seeing him cough like that is so unnerving. And I did not know that dogs can get sick like this and I've heard of kennel cough before, but I didn't know really what it was. And it's basically like a cold, like a common cold, just in a dog. And the sound he is making is so sad. And then he turns and looks at you and he looks so sad.
Poor Blue.
And it's so upsetting. And I don't know how. Basically, it made me think of people that have human children.
Yeah.
It just is scary when your dog gets sick because you're like, my whole life is to keep you alive.
Yeah.
And like my only goal with you is to keep you alive for as long as possible and have you be okay and be healthy and be happy and love you. And then when it's sick, you're like, oh my God, like this is really deep, right? Oh my God. I was like, when it's sick, you're like, oh my God. No, but seeing him sick, I'm like, there's nothing I can do for you. You're just coughing every time you stand up. And it's so sad. And the sound is just so jarring that I'm like, are you okay?
Is he on meds?
He just got meds today.
Okay.
And then, of course, when he starts doing this like gagging cough thing,
Yeah.
I Google it. And the first thing that comes up is this dog disease where their stomach rotates and flips internally and they're trying to like throw up so that I don't know the science behind it, but it makes them throw up and their stomach gets really, really bloated and it's a medical emergency.
Oh God.
So if this starts happening in your dog, you need to go to the emergency vet immediately and they have to go into surgery. This is what Google tells me.
Well, okay.
So yeah, I'm like, call the vet now. So then we go to the vet and my sister Erin, shout out, she actually knows this vet. We've been friends with him for a few years and we go into the room and he's the doctor and he doesn't seem super concerned, honestly. Like I thought he was going to be like, we need to take him into the back room, bring in the gurney, like put him under. Thankfully, they were like, well, first of all, they were like, you can come in today or tomorrow, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, well, if they didn't say like rush him to the hospital, they're not that worried about it. So it's probably not this like deathly thing. But he did x-rays and stuff. And he was like, it might be kennel cough, might whatever. He like didn't really seem phased, which made me feel good.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, the first thing that came up on Google when I Googled it is like GV something. And he goes, oh, yeah, don't Google it. It's not GVD. He would have like whatever, blah, 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 it would be way worse. But yeah, don't Google it.
Okay, good.
And I was like, okay, awesome.
Yeah. No, it's like, it's hard. Googling for anything, a dog, a human, it's just, it leads you down every little like result is like, you're dying.
I know.
You have to go to the ER. And it's like the first 3 results are going to be normal, something manageable. And then it'll be like, or you're dying.
I know.
Or it's a sign of dementia. Right. You're like, okay, well, which one is it?
And part of me understands why these things come up because, like, yeah, if you have these bad symptoms, it's like, it could be an emergency. Like, we need to, also, I think it's a bit of like, if it bleeds, it leads kind of thing and like sensationalizing problems, maybe. But also, it's like, they kind of have to scare you and over dramatize things in order for people to take certain things seriously. So I'm like, is that why the like worst case scenario comes up on Google? I don't know. But just the reaction of the vet just made me feel like way better, honestly. And then of course he barely coughed at all. Didn't gag one time at the vet. Cool. Until the last minute after he already got x-rays, after they took us into the room to go over the x-rays. We're waiting for the doctor. He starts doing it. And we're like, oh my God, oh my God. And of course, the doctor, when we first met with him, is like, did you get it on video? And I was like, no, of course not. Of course I didn't get it on video. Like, I didn't even think of that. And it makes me think of all the parents on TikTok that have to deal with all the comments and all the people that are so goddamn annoying.
Yeah.
And they take videos of their baby having a medical episode. And then all the comments are like, yeah, you really should sit there and videotape it instead of helping the baby. Do you actually think that a sane person would do anything other than help their baby unless
Yeah.
the doctor told them to?
Right.
Like, they want the video. They want to know exactly what's happening because there's no guarantee that they're going to do it in front of the doctor. And I just see comments like that. I don't know why. I really have to change my algorithm, but I get
Yeah.
sick children and babies on my For You page way too often.
Oh, that's not good.
No, and I think it's my fault because honestly, a lot of the times the videos are interesting. Like they're
Yeah.
and also they just suck me in the emotional
Right.
element. These people, they're good at they're good at editing, they really bring me in. And you also learn a lot about diseases that you never heard of and whatnot, and makes me like scared to ever have a child because it's like it's such a lottery. Like sorry, this is like really turned for the worst, but like
Well, I think about that.
it's just crazy. Like I have decided for myself, like I cannot have a kid until I am in the financial mental phase
Yeah.
to be able to pay for a kid that has any medical level at all. Like
Yeah.
you could have a perfectly healthy child, you could have a child that has a little bit of sickness, you could have a very sick child. And like you can't control that. So you have to be ready for anything and you have to accept anything that you get. And just after learning this and realizing this, I am like, yeah, I'm not having kids for a long time until I can pay for any of that.
Yeah.
And handle any of that. And maybe that'll be never. Like, I don't know, but
I know.
it's terrifying. It is terrifying.
Fine to think about. You just never know.
No.
It could be anything.
Yeah, anything. And then
Yeah.
these parents on TikTok that take videos of their kids and they post them to teach people to share with their doctors, just to share stories. Like I don't know. It's just and then they get the comments that are like, yeah, you really should sit around and film while your daughter has like a medical episode. And it's like as if the doctor that has been assigned to her, the specialist that we flew her around the world to meet with, hasn't told me straight to my face to do this. Like,
Yeah.
can you keep your friggin' comments to yourself? Anyway, back to my dog. I think he's fine. Erin's gonna be mad that I'm calling him my dog. No, I don't think she.
Well, he is.
I think she knows that it's technically Erin's dog, but we all love him like he's our own.
Yeah. That sounds accurate.
Yeah. So anyway, pray for Blue. No, he's fine.
Hashtag
He's fine.
Pray for Blue.
He's really fine. Apparently, this kennel cough thing, it doesn't make them feel ill, really, other than the cough. And it's just like the cough that's annoying.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's like really in pain other than the coughing and whatnot. So anyway,
Okay, good.
that was one of my updates.
Wow. Crazy update.
Yeah, I had this is my other update, more recent. I had two funny interactions. Not funny. One was funny, one was just an interaction with like younger people today.
Mm-hmm.
The first was actually, I'll say the funny one first.
Okay.
The first was Rebecca and I were just at another restaurant. We're sitting on the street on the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
And we had pizza and there's like one tiny little piece left. And this like group of, they looked like they were like 12, honestly, right? Like they were,
Like young.
yeah, they were like young. Yes. Walking on the street. And this little boy turns, he's probably like 13, 12 or 13. And he turns to us, he's like, hey, can I get a piece? And I thought my response was funny. I was like proud of myself. I was like, usually I don't think of that till later. And I turned around and I said, please, you're going to cut me $5? You're like, you're going to give me $5 or something like that. And he like, he's like, yeah, like started laughing. And then we both like laughed. And I think he was old enough to get my joke.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
you're not going to have a piece without paying for it. And I thought that was so cute because like, I don't know, it just seemed like a little kid who was just like making a comment to like someone on the streets of Philadelphia. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. My other thing, kind of corny, but right outside of my boyfriend's apartment today, these three, they also looked like teenage, maybe they were in high school. I don't know. I didn't know if it was a fundraiser. Anyway, these three people were they put up a tent and they were selling water, pretzels, and water ice. And I was like, I love a street vendor. Now I love a street vendor. Like if I love one thing, it is buying something off the street.
It's so good sometimes. It just hits.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And as I'm like walking up, someone else was buying something. And honestly, I got nervous because I thought it was Girl Scouts at first. And I was like, I cannot buy Girl Scout cookies. Like, I'm so sorry, the Girl Scouts.
They've had their time.
Yeah, but the thing is, I do buy Girl Scout cookies from people that I know a lot of the time. And then sometimes from randoms if I see them and I'm really in the mood for a freaking Samoa.
Facts. They hit.
The Girl Scouts, they get to me, they guilt me, and I feel so bad saying no. And I'm like, I have to think of some lie. I have to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll get my money and come back. Also, the prices are out of hand. But anyway, this tent, once I realized that they were not selling Girl Scout cookies, I was like, okay, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. And they had a big box of pretzels and the water and water ice. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm buying one. I opened my wallet. Guess how much money I had? $1.
No.
I had a $1 bill, but guess how much the pretzel was? $1, baby. Let's go. So I got one
Good.
pretzel with my last remaining dollar.
Inflation has not hit the street vendors yet.
Yes. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God they had reasonable prices.
That is crazy, $1.
I know, for a pretzel, and it was so good. So I got the pretzel, and my grand point of this was going to be, I went to that today. Last summer, I think it was last summer, I went to a lemonade stand, and I love buying things from people that have like a stand like that, especially kids.
Yeah.
Like the lemonade stand, they were younger, but these people were probably teenagers, and I don't know, like, it's just so fun buying things from them. And then these people weren't as giddy because, like,
Yeah.
also they're in a city, so they probably get way more sales than someone in the suburbs. The lemonade stand was in the suburbs. But when I pulled up to the lemonade stand, like, the kids are like, oh, they're like so giddy. They're so cute. And then I get the lemonade. I'm like, oh, thanks. Like, how much is it? Like, it's $1. It's not like they were so cute. I made a TikTok about it. It's on my TikTok. And I don't know. I just feel like it's as fun buying something from a lemonade stand as it is like making a sale
Yeah.
from a lemonade stand.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a lemonade stand when you were a kid?
I have. Wait, have I? I've definitely done like a yard sale, a makeshift yard sale in my tiny street in the suburbs. Like
Cute.
no cars really go down it, so
Yeah.
that was a struggle for sure. No, wait, I don't think I've done a lemonade stand. Is that something you would remember? Maybe I did it and it wasn't memorable.
I kind of feel like you would.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
think I did.
Because it is like a very unique act. Like not everyone has done one.
I don't. Have you?
Yeah, I did. My sister, my cousin, and our friend did one, and we donated the proceeds to a breast cancer charity. So we made signs that said that, and our friend lived right off of the main road, so we did it at her house. She was like 2 or 3 houses off a main road, and we put signs out on the main road, and so many people turned down, and we made $80, which is a lot for a lemonade stand for a few hours. Like I thought that was pretty good. So
In our day too, and you probably weren't charging that much.
no, yeah, you're right. It was probably like 50 cents or like $1, but people would like just give us like $10 or $20 because we were giving it to charity.
I love that.
Yeah, it was so
That's so wholesome.
it was so fun.
So we're about to wrap up at the Ritz and go to Giuseppe and Sons.
Another Philly staple.
Another one of our staples, in my opinion, our friend group kind of put it on the map. And I stand by that. I stand by that.
Actually, that's kind of valid. Our friend group did kind of put it on the map.
Because, like, they've always been a part of SIPs, but I feel like it didn't really pop off until maybe 2 years ago.
Until we started going.
This is how I know, because we would show up there prime time, always get a spot at the bar. And we used to roll deep, like 8 people. And I
Wait,
feel like,
who were these 8 people?
well,
Name them.
name them. And I just feel like there were, a handful of times where we would show up at 5:30 and it was totally fine and not packed at all. And now, some of y'all caught wind.
Funny how that works. No, I do remember I went to Giuseppe's years ago, right when we started the podcast, actually, for restaurant week. It was so good. The food is so good. I'm kind of nervous because the food is like really good, but it's like heavy. Like it's like you have to get something when you go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I to get? I don't know. I might just get an app or something.
Yeah.
Because a full meal there is like you're in. You're
in it.
Yeah. Anyway, but I do remember after I went there, I took a few more people back and I did, what would the word be for like, I discovered it for someone else? Like they discovered it via me taking them there, you know?
Right.
Like the opposite of discover.
Undiscover.
No, like to show someone, you know? Like I took the book I took the book and I opened it to them and then they looked into it and like a beam of light came out and they were like, Giuseppe's. And I was
Maybe
like,
comment
oh, there it is.
Comment below what the word is.
Feel me? Actually, and my friend who doesn't love going out to like party, like dance bars all the time, that's kind of what she thought. Like I would just always go out in the city. She's like, oh, I don't know, like I don't have the energy to go out and do that. And then I was like, no, like I'm going to Giuseppe's. I'm going to the Dandelion. I'm going to friggin' oh my God, what's that one place called? It was actually so intense. It was almost scary. This one cocktail bar, it's upstairs of, oh my God,
An upstairs mocktail bar?
yeah, it's so small. It's like a little pocket. Downstairs is Bellini. It's on this,
Oh, I don't know.
it's called like Adorna or something. No, it's not. I don't know. I've been there one time. It was it was so intense. Like
Oh, really?
cocktails that have like a mixologist is working there. Like,
Yeah.
it's very intense. I'm like, these are the places I am frequenting, in addition to a concourse.
Yes. Oh my God. We should go there tonight.
Is it even open?
We'll make it open. Okay.
We could make them open their doors.
But yeah, that's a hot spot.
Yeah.
This guy's totally an athlete. Don't look. Don't look.
Sorry. Wait, now I want to know. Oh my God. We're going to see a celebrity live on camera. I need to turn around. What sport?
I do have to go to the bathroom, so thank you so much for watching this segment, and mukbang coming soon.
Wait, what sport do you think he plays?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Perhaps
Ben
football.
Simmons?
No.
Okay. I don't know why I said Ben Simmons of all. Is it Tyrese Maxey?
I don't know who these people are.
Okay, let me take your spot while you go to the bathroom, and I'm gonna stare at him. Wait, is he facing me? Is he facing you? Okay, I'll guard your bag. Actually, fun fact: one time my bag did get stolen at a bar in Philly, Walnut Beer Garden. Shout out! My whole purse got stolen, and it was really annoying. But I am gonna take Rebecca's seat and look at this so-called athlete, and I'm gonna see if I agree. Oh, he 100% looks like an athlete. I don't think basketball though. I think he looks like a baseball player. We just made eye contact. Oh my God, he knows I'm looking at him. We made eye contact. I'm scared. I'm pretending to get my wallet, but I'm actually getting my wallet. No chill at all. Should I take a picture of this guy and post it and see who it is? No chill at all. Literally no chill at all right now. Every time I see a celebrity, just kidding. One time I did come here and I saw Deshaun Jackson, and actually Rebecca and I were together, and we walked into the Ritz and we saw a group of like 10 people all taking a selfie together, and I didn't recognize anyone. I'm not going to lie. It was dark, and then right after they took it, they were all like, hey, and I honestly, I couldn't tell if they were like a family and this was like a family reunion and they were all like, yeah, like let's grab a selfie, or if it was like a friend group thing, or if this was like a selfie with a celebrity. And this guy starts to like walk away and I was like, hey, is that guy famous? And he's like, yeah, that's Deshaun Jackson. And I was like, oh my God, so cool. Turns out it was his birthday party, and he had retired in general the day prior, but he retired as an Eagle, which was so cool. And his whole family was there celebrating. And I guess he was nice enough to take a photo with fans, and we watched him do that. And it was so cool. Like, it's always so cool seeing athletes from the Philly teams, because I love watching the Philly sports teams, although it doesn't happen very often. Like, I don't think I've ever seen. Actually, wait, have I ever seen a professional athlete out in public? I'm not sure. It definitely looks like I'm talking to no one right now, which is completely fine. Hi, can we get a check when you get a chance? Thank you. I'm like, and she's the man right now, and they're like, oh my God, she knew, he knew. And then they got into the car and they're like, no, and then the hairdressers are like, no, I did your hair, I did your makeup. I was saying that it was like that scene in She's the Man. Oh, wait, you've never freaking seen She's the Man. You know what? I'm done. I'm donezo. I'm quitting the podcast. I think you might be right. I think this might be someone, because
You think it is someone?
there's just some people, that just give off the vibe like they are famous.
Who do you think he is? Do you like have a good enough gauge of the athlete scene?
No, I almost want to like take a book, but I did make eye contact with him and I was like, oh my God, he knows I'm staring at him. He knows I'm onto him. Okay, TBH, it might not be an athlete.
Thank you.
It might just be a rich person, although the guy facing away from us kind of looks like someone famous. I'm only seeing his side profile. Should we just ask him who he is? Well, let's just go over to him and be like, wait, what's your deal? And then he tells us, like, what do you mean? I'm just like, I work in finance. No, people who work in finance don't wear outfits like that. He's wearing a t-shirt and a hat. No, it's like a cool t-shirt and a hat. Yeah. Wait, speak into the mic. I'm recording right now.
Yeah, it is giving.
Wait, you're not on the camera at all. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's just it's my destiny.
Wait, I can barely hear.
I am
Can you
God.
hear me right now?
I'm God.
Can you hear
I'm
what
the
I'm
voice
saying
of
right
God.
now? We're sitting kind of far away. It's pretty cool that we have these lav mics that we are talking and we're simultaneously recording a podcast, but we cannot even hear each other. Can you hear me right now?
I have no idea what you're saying.
Link if you can hear me.
That was crazy. You're unwell.
That was crazy.
We are unwell.
I do think we've been found out. Okay, the guy sitting across from him, like, literally could be. Now I'm blanking and I'm forgetting every thought
If
of
you think
it.
about it, we look famous.
Yeah,
We have designed.
we are famous.
Fame is subjective.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
that's very true. No, I'm literally projecting. I'm doing that thing right now where when you. Oh my God, that was so cute. He just complimented someone. He just complimented a mom, a baddie mom.
Wait, but she looks Like an
You think
Ashley
she's famous too? Bro, everyone here is famous. No, you know how when you see someone, okay, this happens to everyone when you go to college.
Okay.
Your brain plays tricks on you to think that you know these people and you recognize them. And you're like, wait, who is that?
Yeah.
The guy that's facing away from us right now
Yes.
looks like Brandon Graham. But like, I swear,
Looks like who?
I'm Brandon Graham, Eagles. He just retired just now after they won the Super Bowl. But like, I know that my brain is lying to me. Like, I know I wish it was him.
Yeah.
So my brain is like, I see like 1/17 of his side profile and I'm like, it must be him.
Yeah.
But like, it's probably like if I saw this guy straight on, it would probably look nothing like him.
Yeah. No, I know.
But I'm like, is it? Is it Brandon Graham? And I'm like,
I mean, you wouldn't know until you asked.
Brandon. Should I just yell his name? What if he turned around? And I'm like, wait, my mind is not playing tricks on me.
Right.
Is this like really boring for everyone listening?
But it's like we're observing what's going on.
Yeah, this is like what it's actually like getting happy hour with two famous girls.
I love when people just stand around instead of getting your check. It's my favorite.
What if she watches this?
Then there's a tip for you.
Wait, I actually have a little story about dating a professional athlete.
Okay.
So okay, I'm gonna be vague. My friend's friend. This person really wanted to date a professional athlete. So I think you already know this story, but I'll tell the listeners. They really wanted to date a professional athlete, so they decided to go and put themselves in places where professional athletes go. So this girl would like go here. They would go to JG Sky High. In case you aren't from this area, it's in the Four Seasons. It's just a restaurant in the Four Seasons, and it's expensive. So rich, famous people go there. And yeah, like the Ritz, like, I don't know, stupid. But anyway, this girl met someone on the Eagles and they started kind of dating. He may or may not have already been in a relationship. I don't remember. And it was like back and forth, like, oh, he put her up in the Four Seasons. She spent the Four Seasons with her friends. She spent her birthday for the weekend in the Four Seasons with her friends on his dime. And she did it. She did the whole thing. So she figured it out.
Thank you.
And she dated that pro athlete and she got that Four Seasons stay and she maybe got other stuff too. And as she should.
As she should. Take
It also, it's also actually crazy because I'm just thinking of another friend of a friend who also was entangled in an entanglement with someone who is a very famous professional athlete in the city of Philadelphia. And they were also in a relationship. Meanwhile, this girl, I've never met this girl, but it was like seeing him. And it's like, are all the rumors true? Are they all really doing this stuff?
Yeah, honestly.
I think maybe like 50% are.
I was going to say, not all, but some.
This might be an insane thing to say,
Okay.
but I also think that some people know what they're getting and they're okay with the trade-offs.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you know what? Pay for my Four Seasons and my luxury apartment, and I don't care what you do on the weekends. I don't know. Is that insane? There has to be people out there doing that, though, right?
I thought everyone has arrangements.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, like,
yeah.
you can be the girlfriend, you can be the wag.
Yep.
But did you make a deal with them that you're going to keep your mouth shut if they...
I think
I
so.
don't know.
I think a lot of celebrities and athletes and anyone of public stature, not everyone, but a lot are doing that.
Yeah, like, it happens.
Like, there's arrangements. Yeah. Don't embarrass me, but do what you want.
Yeah.
You know?
And, like, keep paying my bills.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways, too.
Yeah.
Like, female, male celebrities doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's people doing crazy arrangements like that. Well, I guess they're not that crazy, but they're crazy to, like, people like us that are...
Normies.
What?
Normies.
Yeah. That are not incredibly famous, just a little bit famous, you know?
Just a tad.
Yeah. This is not Brandon Graham, by the way. He just turned around.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't know.
You know what? I'm starting to think these two guys are just like us.
There ain't no way.
You don't know if they have a 7-year, $150 million contract or not. They could have us all fooled right now.
I think we are also fooling people simply by sitting in these chairs and paying $20 for a margarita that I could make better at home. There, I said it.
Oh my God, this mom's just walked by again. This baddie.
I know.
She said something for the second
And
time. You know what? I respect him because she is a baddie. And I know that she is a mom because she had 2 little girls following her. Wait, now the two little girls are gone. So where did they go? Also, she just sat down with a man. She sat down with a full-grown man. I don't know. Rebecca's been putting her card down.
Sorry, I tuned out. I'm tuning back in.
It's okay. I said Rebecca's been putting her card down, and I'll be blocking her on Venmo after this. I need to stop looking at this guy because he keeps looking at me, and he definitely knows I'm trying to figure him out. I need to stop. These are the situations where I wish it was less weird to take a picture of someone and be like, does anyone recognize this person? Because at the last place we were at, there was a girl sitting across from me, like the next table. So like I was facing her the entire time, and I kept staring at her because I was like, I swear I know this girl. And you know how sometimes you're like, oh, they look familiar, but I probably don't know them. This girl looked familiar, but I actually think I knew her, but I couldn't place her. And it was quite shocking and jarring. And I feel like I'm a weirdo because I looked at her so many times and she caught me looking at her. And I was like, all right, relax. And then we did pet their dog. And guess what the dog's name was? Kelee.
Yes.
Yep, their dog's name is Kelee.
Oh my God, meant to be.
He said the name. She was with a guy. I was like, what's the name? What's the name, son? Give me the name. And he was like, Kelee. I was like, come again? Say it again.
Right.
Kelee?
Right.
For a little, what was that? A dachshund. A wiener dog.
A dachshund, yeah.
Dachshund. Some people may call it a dachshund. A dachshund.
There we go.
Dachshund. Yes, we should go. Okay, we're off to Giuseppe. See you there. Hello, everyone, and welcome to location number 2.
Hello, everyone. We're on a roof.
We're floating through the sky. We've landed on this roof after levitating in the sky.
Here's the sitch. We're romanticizing life.
We are romanticizing the shits out of this city right now.
And if you have a view like this, you too can romanticize life. And if you don't, then you can't. So
Good
find
point.
Find one.
Good point.
We found one.
We found a rooftop. How did we get to this rooftop, you may ask? I have no idea.
Not a clue in the world.
Last we left you off, we were trying to figure out if the people next to us at the Ritz-Carlton were celebrities or if they were normal people just like you and me. And you know what I think we realized? I think we are all normal.
Yeah, once they got up and out into the sunlight, it was giving normal. And I'm like, you put anyone in a setting and they can be famous.
That's
truly.
so true.
Like a cool t-shirt, a cool hat, you're famous. But then out in the street, you're nobody. You're just like you and me.
Except nobody is a nobody.
Right.
We are all cool. We are
cool.
all celebrities and we are all famous.
Some people aren't cool. And that's okay.
You know what? That's true. Some people
You
aren't
have
cool.
other attributes. Maybe.
So we're here on this rooftop. We did go to Giuseppe's and Sons. Or is it just Giuseppe and Sons? Or is it multiple Giuseppes? I don't know.
Giuseppe. I think it's I think it's singular.
But everyone calls it Giuseppe's, even though it's called Giuseppe and Sons.
And honestly, I just enjoy my experience there thoroughly. Every single time.
It honestly is great.
It's so great.
Wait, can we say that we almost fought the manager? No, we didn't, but Rebecca thinks that she was expecting a fight.
Clickbait. We almost fought the manager at a major Philly restaurant.
Wait, yes. So basically we got there and Rebecca had made a reservation and we were getting a little drink. The girl was taking us to the table and then who texted me but another soul. It said, can we join you at Giuseppe's? And I said, wait, can I join you at Giuseppe's? And we're like, all right, fine. Hello, everyone. We're back. We had to switch our camera.
We're so back.
What were we saying? Oh, we were saying the thing about, fighting the manager at Giuseppe's.
Yes.
So basically, we had a third coming. We were just seated at our table for 2. And then we said, hate to break it to you, babe, but we have a third. And she was like, babe, my manager is going to come speak to you. And we said, okay. And then the manager came over so authoritatively. And I was like, we may have a third. I don't know. They may be coming. And she assumed that third was a girl, which I kind of loved.
Yeah.
Like, well, when she gets here. And I was like, okay, honestly slay. And then we were just like, okay. And then she was like, oh, yeah, okay. And then she walked away and we figured it all out. And Rebecca was like, I think she was ready for a fight. Like, she thought we were going to fight her.
Yeah, I think she was just coming. There was someone watching us.
There's someone watching us?
There was. She left.
Where? Oh, the woman in the window? The woman on the train in the street?
The woman in the window.
The street from the window?
Woman in the window. Woman.
9:33 p.m. right now.
The woman in the window.
Where is she?
It's giving summer nights.
It's literally giving summer nights out, Isara.
This is so fun. So I just think sometimes people in that position, and I get why, but they come to the table figuratively and literally, a little defensive and ready for the other person to maybe put up a fight or be a brat or just be rude versus like we were just like, oh my God, no problem.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, we'll do.
Right.
0% putting up a fight. But it's funny because like I just felt that energy from her of like, I'm ready to fight these girls.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see why too. Because, like, if you're a manager at a place and you're dealing with the public at all times, and like
Yeah.
people are so annoying, not us, of course, and not any of our listeners or viewers, but
Right.
everyone else, you know?
Everyone else.
I love the fact that we're on this rooftop romanticizing life.
I just cannot stop staring at people's windows because I know this is such a New York thing, but in Philly, I don't see this a lot. Like, I mean, if I lived here,
I see her.
you know, but I'm just saying, like, people's full lives are on display because it's
Yeah.
dark out. Your bright lit apartment is just zero blinds. You're out there living life and you should be living life, but like, I can see everything.
No, that's so true. And we were talking about this in New York in my New York vlog on my personal YouTube channel, Kelee XO. Go and watch it. But we were talking about how crazy it is because it's all high rises in New
Yeah.
York and they just leave that ish open. They put it on display. And honestly, I feel like I would do it too. But
Yep.
also, maybe I wouldn't because I feel like I don't care. I'm not going to lie. During the day, I will like change in front of the window. I'll like maybe move this way a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. But at
I'm
night,
so scared.
when, like you said, it's dark out here, it's light in your house, you can see everything. It's literally like a magnifying glass.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
You're being highlighted, honestly, in like a sea of darkness. You're the only light. Your eye goes right there and you can see every single thing.
Right.
And it is kind of crazy that so many people leave their blinds open.
And I know that at 9:30 is like early, but I'm just amazed at how many people are awake right now.
Really?
Like, I'm like, I'd be asleep.
You know what I think is kind of cool to think about similarly to that? Not how many people are awake, but like, okay, viewers, if you can see that really tall, actually, I think we're standing. Wait, step this way for a second. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, get the hell out of the. No, see this big, like this really bright light to the left or right of the screen. I honestly don't know which way this is going to be once it gets onto a computer. See that? Okay, that is the building owned by Comcast. It's the second Comcast. This is Philadelphia history lesson. Second Comcast building in Philadelphia. Also home to the Four Seasons. Bethany Frankel, you might have heard of this because
Yes.
Bethany Frankel went on TikTok and said that that might be the nicest hotel in the entire world. Not state, not city, not country, world.
World.
Didn't she say world?
Period on world.
That's crazy. That's absolutely insane.
On-
I will say they have a beautiful spa in there. I went there one time. In the top floor of this building is a restaurant and like lounge bar called JG Sky High, and it's really fun. It's a good vibe. It has an amazing view and it's like very high vibes, and like
Yeah.
they have like live jazz musicians sometimes, and the food is expensive and it's like really small. Like you might look at the prices and be like, oh, I was actually expecting like triple this, but then you see the portions and it's like 2 bites.
Yeah.
At least the things that I've gotten there. Anyway, sometimes when I'm in there, well, actually every time I'm in there, I look out and I see all the cars and you have a great view of the highway from there. And I always think about like, I drive on that highway all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, wow, like we are up here and we are living our lives as humans and our lives are so intricate and complicated.
Yeah.
And then you look down there and you're like, whoa, those are just cars. Those are just cars driving on the highway. And it's like,
I
wait, no,
know.
those are people. And then it's a crazy thought to me when I'm on the highway and I look up at JG and I'm like, bro, I know the feeling like, because you know how when you, okay, this might be really weird, but tell me if you know what I mean.
Okay.
When you think about a memory, sometimes you just like think about like the Eras Tour, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, I'm picturing Taylor Swift. Like, I'm picturing the song she sang. I remember, like, the outfit she wore. But, like, then you picture yourself sitting in the seat that you were in the stadium,
Mhm.
looking around and, like, try to feel what you felt when you were in there. It's, like, such a weird feeling to
Yeah.
try to remember things like that. And I think about that when I'm driving and I, like, look up at JG Sky High and I'm like, wait, like, I know what it feels like to be a human up in that, like, little building. It looks so small from here, but, like, they're living their whole lives just as we are.
I was gonna say, isn't it crazy that that is what they're doing and this is what we're doing? But at one point, like, we were doing that too.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like, why now?
I don't
Are we doing this and they're doing that? And
like, isn't it weird to think like we could literally go there right now? Like, there's nothing stopping us, and I'm just going there right now if we wanted to. We just don't feel like it. We just don't want to. But like, we can do anything we want, and like,
we can. You
I don't know. It's just like really odd when you think about like, I think there's a word for that, but I don't know, one of those words that doesn't even sound like a real word. It sounds like some poet made it up, but it's the idea that everyone around you is living a life that's just as intricate and complicated as yours.
Yes.
And you just have no clue because they're just a stranger on the street, and that's how they feel about you. And it's just a really crazy feeling to think about that. And like when you were saying like all these people are awake, like not gonna lie, I don't see her right now, but I just saw the woman you were talking about.
Right.
And, like she's just strolling through her kitchen. She just looked out her window and she was probably like, whoa, I see two girls on that. Like maybe it hate us, no mind. Maybe it was like, oh, like in her subconscious, she was like, people, yep, I'm gonna turn around and like continue to make my like tacos. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's just over there. And like, what do you do for a living? Like, she has a whole family probably.
Right. Like, what is your rent? This one right here, you can't see, but there's some art going on. There's some plants. There is some abstract art. No, that.
Oh, you see another person. Oh my God, I just pointed fully at that. Like, what are they doing right now? They're moving cushions around in their house.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like, what are you doing? Like, you're just living your whole life. And you know what's actually strange? If someone told them right now, right next to you, and you can see them if you just glance out your window, there's these two girls. They're the #1 podcasters in the world, and they're filming an episode on a rooftop of your neighbor. Might be like, whoa, that's pretty cool. But they have no clue.
I know.
We are, and we don't know who they are. Like, isn't this such a weird feeling?
It really, really is.
Like, there's so many gosh darn people in this city right now.
Like, she's going to bed, I think.
You think she's going to bed?
I think she's tidying up the couch. We can see this. This isn't me, like, being creepy. I mean, maybe a little.
No, see, the thing is, I don't think it's creepy if you're doing it in plain sight. Like,
they want to be seen. A part of them is like, ooh, I want to be seen.
No, I feel like it just doesn't matter. Like, okay, yeah, I moved the cushion on my couch. It ain't that exciting. Okay, I have a personal vendetta against this because I have a story time.
Okay.
Okay, so me and my boyfriend were in his living room. This is honestly really strange to me. My boyfriend and I are in his living room. To set the scene, his living room is on the second floor of a building on a very popular street, and it's across the street from a restaurant.
Okay.
And there's Juliet balconies, so there's like these big doors like that are all windows. So he and I are just like in the living room on a Friday night, and I had just got home from working at a wedding, and we put on Sam Smith's NPR Tiny Desk. I'm just like singing, dancing. I like grab him. We're like this. We're like whatever. I don't even think we kissed. We hugged.
Yeah.
And we were just like, ha ha, ha ha. And then I glanced down. We're like right next to the door in front of the Juliet balcony. And I glanced down, and this couple is like right on the street. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, like saying something. And I was like, wait, that's strange. Why would a stranger be like yelling up to like this apartment? And I opened the door and I was like, wait, what? Like, I didn't know if they were like okay or if they needed help. He was like having his hand up like this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, congrats. Yeah, you keep doing you. Like, he was saying this in like a really sarcastic way, as if we were doing the most like intimate of actions, like right on public display. And I was like, first of all, the curtains are down.
Yeah.
Like, and you're actually looking through the blinds.
Yeah.
On these windows, and you're looking into someone else's home, and you're gonna comment. You are gonna comment on whatever we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that's okay.
Yeah.
You literally screamed up to someone's apartment to like make a comment about them hugging in front of the window. Like, what the and if we were doing something nefarious, different story. You know what? Fine, call me out. I still think it's rude, but like, fine, call me out. Hugging?
Yeah.
Singing Sam Smith, NPR Tiny Desk? Like that take me a break. Give me a break. Wait, I forgot if I said why we didn't film in Giuseppe's. Giuseppe's was just like, well, the manager was fighting us for one. And also, it was just like a very intimate setting. And I feel like...
Yeah, it's a little like a cave in there. I love that yours is this.
Yeah.
Recording is maybe not optimal unless you're in one of the corner booths, which we were not.
Right. We were hoping for that, but we did not get one.
We got sequestered back to the bar.
Yes, the bar.
So on that note, comment, like, and definitely subscribe if you think we should do more on the go podcast episodes.
This was really like going out to a happy hour with your girlfriends. Like, this was so fun, and I feel like we did well. And I actually spoke, I think, for 95% of this episode, so I'm sorry that I was
it's okay.
talking your ear off the entire time, Rebecca.
As you should.
Thanks for being my co-host.
As you should. I need to go to sleep now.
Yeah, it just hit her. It just hit her because she saw that girl fixing her couch.
And I'm like, damn, bedtime.
Fall asleep. And now Rebecca wants to go to sleep.
I'm going to shimmy back
To where I belong, to your own home.
and
And not leave the curtains and blinds open while you live your daily life and sleep.
while I slumber.
Yes.
No.
This was so fun.
It was so fun.
I hope
and
this wasn't too chaotic.
I hope this is your sign to romanticize life
I agree.
on a roof.
Once again, just look at this view.
Find a roof.
Find a
Step
rooftop.
on.
Go up on it. Look at this. Gorgeous. We could be anywhere. We could be in Hawaii right now. This could be Waikiki.
Waikiki.
We could go surfing later.
Yes.
Night surfing.
Oh, that'd be so lit.
You guys, this is so fun. Thank you so much for watching our video. Subscribe to Rebecca's Substack. It's in the description.
Thanks.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's in the subscription. Also, anyone can subscribe to a YouTube channel. You just need a Gmail, and I know that you have one. You don't need a YouTube channel. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Wait, should we make a heart with our hands?
Yeah.
Love you. Appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.